The second greatest fight of 2025. Coming in at number 2 on my list. Max Holloway, Dustin Poirier, Lafayette, Louisiana. The BMF Championship was on the line. And it's so important to understand all of the things that were going into that fight because it was going to be Dustin's last fight. In fact, it is Dustin's last fight. That goes down. Dustin is now retired. And I thought he won. I don't know that I thought he won. I need to reword that. I thought they were going to give him the decision. I watched that fight with Teddy Atlas, and Teddy and I both believed that Max won, and we both believed just being in Louisiana, being that it was Dustin's last fight, how well known it was that it was Dustin's last fight. The governor of Louisiana was in the front row supporting Dustin. Knowing all of these things, we thought they were going to give the decision to Dustin. Giving the decision to the guy who won the decision, which is Max, was the right call. Great fight, though. And these two just can't seem to get it right. Like, they go out there and they bludgeon one another repeatedly. They trade belts back and forth. Sometimes they do it just because. They've got other ways to fight. They've got immense clinch work on both sides. They've got immense wrestling on both sides. They've got the ability to take the other one down and keep him there. But they don't do it. They prefer to go out there and what the kids call bang. Most specifically with rights and left hands and, in a boxing format. Big story going into this fight had to do with Max's size. And I've always been concerned about Max's size myself. Max talks about he's going to go fight at 55. Even when he went and fought Justin Gaethje, he was up at 55. And then he cashes in that golden ticket, if you will, that BMF belt in the form of a number 1 contendership. But he does that back down at 45. So then after 45, he bounces back up to 55. And it always concerned me. Hey, listen, is he in? Is this guy committed? Is this guy a 55-pounder? One thing that I think hurt Volk from the night that Volk could have shocked the world and become a champ and beaten Islam is Volk was still a 45-pounder, right? No matter what happens, win or lose tonight, Volk wakes up champion of the world. He just does it at 145. And I really thought that he needed to surrender that, burn those ships, commit to 155. And when Max committed to 155, he was a whole different animal. Dustin even said that. Dustin talked about it after the fight, but he said when I hit him, it wasn't like hitting the same person. He said, moreover, when he hit me, it was not like getting hit by that kid that was bouncing back and forth from 145 to 155. It was a different sting. It was a different thud, different feel. And I thought that was interesting. I thought that you would think that that is interesting. When these two started fighting one another, everything is done in bunches when they fight. And in all fights, it should be. Like, the jab has done nothing more than to find you, find out where you're at. But once I find you, if I can hit you with a jab, then I can hit you with a cross. If I can hit you with 2 punches, I can hit you with 3. If I can hit you with 3, I should be hitting you with 4. If I can hit you with 4, there's no reason to stop till I get to 5. Now, a number of guys will agree with everything that I said, and a number of guys will stop at 1 or 2 because you then got to factor fatigue in. Right. I get 1 good punch. Let me move around a little bit. Let me catch my breath. Boom, boom. 2 good punches. Boom, boom, boom. I come in with 3 good punches. Let me move around. Let me catch my breath. Max and Dustin never had that problem. They never had the hey, I need to save. I need to save a little bit of energy now and make sure that I have a little bit of energy later. So they were able to just go out and exhaust all options there was plenty of wrestling and there was plenty of boxing in it. But one thing about it is Max will go southpaw on you. And for the most part, going southpaw is a complicated and advanced way of saying lead his right leg. That's all it means. When a guy goes southpaw or you're fighting a southpaw, you're fighting a guy who's standing with his right leg forward. It really doesn't mean anything else. But boxing guys love to romanticize it. It's like if a guy's got good footwork, got that good footwork, champ. What they're really saying is they like the way that his feet move. It's not that complicated. But one thing about Max and one thing about Dustin is that they do apply some of those basic skill sets. They're going to have footwork, which means their feet are going to be moving. Their head is going to be moving. They're not going to be easy to find. And they throw punches and bunches. If I can touch you once, I can touch you twice. If I can touch you twice, I got bad news because there's 5 more coming right behind it. And this is just the way that these guys fight. Yes, the rightful guy won. We were treated to the retirement and a wonderful career by Dustin Poirier. Max got the BMF belt, which I'm told he is going to be defending against Charles Oliveira, which I think is the right thing to do. I love it. All in all, this was a very hard one for me because this one brings in a sentimental value. But I'm pushing like the bad guy, only the bad guy can. I'm pushing the sentiments to the side. I'm letting it fall exactly where it should. And this fight is number 2 on the list of greatest fights of 2025.